Hey y'all, it's a beautiful Saturday here in Spring Hill, Tennessee, and wanted to jump on here and do this quick video. Had a few things happen this past week that were just, I don't know, for me, super informative, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to put this into a video, see if anybody else could gain some insight from it. So wanted to talk a little bit about like customer interaction and qualifying your customer. So you get a lot of calls every day. We get a lot of calls for people wanting a lot of different services. And so, it could be anything from pressure washing, soft washing, window cleaning, gutter cleaning, you name it. And so a lot of times in this industry, I've found that people seem to believe that you have nothing else going on, right? And you're just sitting at home waiting for a phone call, right? And so when they call you, you should be able to answer the phone, you should be able to give them a quote, and you should be able to pretty much get it done that day, right? And so, you get to hear in some of your customers and what they want. And at least in the beginning, I tried to be everything to everyone, right? So we'd get a call and it'd be, hey, I need to get this done. Looking for somebody who can do it. Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can do it. And I would try to research and find a way. And that's absolutely imperative, I think, in the beginning, when you're building yourself up and setting up your foundation and learning that you try to be everything to everyone. Well, as you start to do it a little bit more, you find your key things that you're good at, right? And so now instead of going extensive, you're going a little bit more intensive, where you're going and finding, here's specifically what I'm good at, here's what I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to sharpen, and here's what we're going to be known for. So we've, basically narrowed it down to about 6 services. And I really, at this point, at least 4 years in now, we don't deviate a lot from that. This past week, to give an example, we had 2 very specific instances. One of them was, it was a very large neighborhood, very large houses in this neighborhood, and they wanted their gutters cleaned. Well, the gutters are extremely high up. They're 29 feet from the ground, so we're talking 3 stories. You needed like a 35-foot ladder or some kind of equipment, or if you got up on the roof, it was very steep, so you couldn't really access it that way. So we tried to get very creative, but at the end of the day, there wasn't a safe way to make this happen. So, I started to go into this mode of, all right, how do we make this happen? What do we do to make it work? How can we? And eventually I had to realize we just don't have the equipment. We're not set up to do it. Somebody else is. They may have this 35-foot ladder. We don't have it, right? They may have some kind of other ability to do it, a hook ladder they could put on the top of the roof and maybe scale down from there. We don't have it. Maybe harness equipment. That's fine. We just don't have it. So I told the customer, we'd love to work with you. It's just not something that at this point we're equipped to do. And she was okay with it, and I was glad that I made that call. We also got another call from a very large senior living building, around 200,000 square feet, probably around 1,200 windows in total. They wanted to get those cleaned. And as bad as we wanted to take on that job, that sounded like, yes, let's find a way to make it work. Let's go do this. We needed to lift multiple boom lifts. We needed to have probably 3 triple filtered water fed pole systems. We needed to have probably around 6 guys. We needed to have a lot of logistics figured out. We went and drove around the building and looked at it, and I just had to come to the conclusion that as bad as we wanted it, we're just not set up for it yet. So anyway, all that to say, looking at this, I've had to find out the things that we're good at and can do and can flex for versus the things that we're just not able to do yet, right? So last week we did one that we had to flex for that we've never done before, is we did a blacktop driveway cleaning. It was massive. It was 7,860 square feet of stone pavers and blacktop. Well, blacktop you don't usually clean. We did this for them. They asked us to do it. We did it. It was our first time cleaning blacktop. It came out great. It was very time consuming, and it was a little bit more difficult than we had imagined it would be, but it came out great. So all that to say, learning about your customers, and the other thing that I'll put in here is I had somebody who told me this, and I think I thought it was great. Every time he meets with a customer, he tells them, and he has a pretty renowned, he's made a great name for himself, he does well in the industry. He says to the customer, I'm interviewing you just like you're interviewing me. So where the customer understands that this is a two-way street, in the same way that you want to have this done and you're interviewing and maybe you'll talk to me and you'll get 2 other quotes, I may talk to you and decide this job is just not something that's a good fit for. We're going to refer you to somebody else. So the power of the referral comes in there because you can guide them in another direction. But by letting the customer know that you have an interest in working with them, but you still are going to qualify it for yourself to determine whether it's a good fit for you both, I think holds a lot of value, because the customer can then see, hey, look, this guy's reputable. This guy, he may say, I don't want to take this job, and be okay with it. And so I think in the customer's mind, it just kind of builds a value factor that maybe before they never thought of. So anyway, that's all I got. Hope I didn't rant for too long, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll keep coming out with more relevant content. We'll see you on the next video.